Sited in a privileged geographical location between Europe and the Mediterranean, the Port of Barcelona is one of the ports with the greatest growth potential in the continent. It is situated in Catalonia, the largest activity hub in Spain and one of the motor regions of the European continent. The Port of Barcelona is a powerful logistic hub, closely linked to the economic and social development of its surroundings. The port is a promoter of international commerce and plays a decisive role in the economies that it serves: Catalonia, Spain, Europe and the Mediterranean. Now, the Port of Barcelona faces a decisive growth stage marked by its enlargement, the increase of its connections and client orientation. The Port of Barcelona focuses on the transport of goods of high added value. With 34 specialized terminals, it enjoys a unique diversity and specialization in its environment and handles an important volume of all sectors of shipping of high added value. In addition to its leading position in several modes of freight, Barcelona is the Mediterranean port with the largest berthing facilities, more terminals and better services for cruise ships, and one of the few ports in the world capable of receiving ships with more than 6,000 passengers. It is the first port in Europe and fourth in the world to serve cruise ships. The Port of Barcelona plays a key role in the reception and distribution of energy products, both for domestic and industrial consumption. The main international logistic companies operate in the Port of Barcelona and in the area of logistics activities referred to as ZAL, which offers special services of high added value both to clients and operators. In a radius of 5 kilometers from the port, we find El Prat Intercontinental Airport, the Barcelona Duty-Free Zone and other commercial and industrial areas. The sum of these infrastructures and services constitute the main logistic and business generating center in southern Europe and the Mediterranean. The ZAL, the transport infrastructures and the services network are determining factors in the growing internationalization of the logistic operators and the clients in the Port of Barcelona. The Port of Barcelona has already completed the first stage of its extension, allowing to double the land surface area from 600 hectares to more than 1,200 hectares, and to increase the berthing capacity up to more than 29,000 linear meters. When the work is completed, the port will have the capacity to handle 130 million tons and 10 million containers. The new sheltered docks have been completed, 2,000 and 7,000 meters in length each, a complex engineering project that generates the sheltered waters in which the port will grow in years to come. The work, carried out under the strictest environmental protection criteria and with an investment of 3.3 billion euros, permits servicing the largest, latest generation cargo vessels and cruise ships with an adequate infrastructure, operational facilities and services. In 2011, the first extension terminal of 100 hectares and 1,500 meters of berthing line, run by the first container operator in the world, will become operative. This terminal is the first in the Mediterranean with a semi-automatic operation, and it will increase the port total capacity up to 5.5 million containers annually. The extension project has also increased threefold the space used for logistic operations. ZAL has more than 250,000 square meters of premises and warehouses and 45,000 offices occupied by international logistics operators, multinational firms requiring global distribution and freight forwarders. Ultimately, this new extension will allow the Port of Barcelona to compete with the main ports in Northern Europe, reaching 130 million tons of total freight and surpassing 10 million containers upon its completion, planned for the year 2015. The improvement and expansion of the capacity of land connections by road and rail is another of the strategic objectives of the Port of Barcelona. The building of a dual highway dedicated to traffic from and to the port and improvements to the road network, as well as a new rail network to reach peninsular and European markets, are the main points of the new plan of access by land. The Port of Barcelona offers direct and regular railway services along 4 strategic routes: Iberian Transversal Route, northern Spain, southern France, and north-south Europe. The port has a firm belief in rail as an efficient, sustainable, and competitive mode of transport. The improvement in connections is accompanied by the creation of a port service network, inland maritime terminals in strategic locations of the Spanish, European, and Mediterranean markets. In the maritime field, the Port of Barcelona is promoting the development of sea motorways or short sea shipping to allow for more and better sea links in the Mediterranean, especially with Italy and North Africa. The quality leap in railway connections, as well as the link through the Suez Canal, will consolidate the options of the Port of Barcelona as a gateway to Europe for goods coming from the Asian continent. Trade between Europe and Asia shows the greatest growth prospect over the next few years, as does the trade with America. The Port of Barcelona and its logistic community offer very high standards of reliability, transparency, and speedy port operation, focusing on clients' needs, thus contributing to the increase in its competitiveness. To this aim, the port works on the implementation of more open, simpler, and more transparent processes to ease the transfer of goods. This commitment towards our customers can be seen in a series of actions, such as the extension of the quality plan, in which we guarantee that goods will be handled in a more transparent and reliable way throughout our port. In the field of new technologies, Portic, the data transmission platform of the Port Barcelona logistic community, brings a substantial improvement in competitiveness and contributes to the implementation of the port without papers model and electronic trade. The customer service offers personalized support to the users and the clients of the Port of Barcelona. The port looks for innovative solutions to anticipate the client's needs, providing the best response in each case. Security is another of the priorities of the Port of Barcelona that has specific plans for each terminal and implements strictly the ISPS protocol, improving upon international security standards. The Port of Barcelona and its logistic community endeavour ultimately to offer the best infrastructures and the best solutions to their clients from the 5 continents. Final aim: to consolidate itself progressively as one of Europe's leading ports and to become one of the ports of reference in world maritime trade.